Welcome into today's conversation, a new one, a refreshed one about resilience. This is just my conversation with you for the 500 seconds or so that you choose to spend with me, and for us virtually, remotely, yet to share a word or two, an observation or two about what it takes for us to engender, to bolster, to support each other on this journey. Maybe unknowingly, but if we can come to the agreement, even temporarily, that we have a common goal from a common source, and our presumed common understanding and intention is for the good, is for the positive, is for the love, is for the yes, instead of the usually incessant noise of no, bad, go away, you're not good enough. Those kind of things come at you every day to try to remind you, or try to impress on you of your unworthiness compared to someone else, in competition with someone else. I want to ask you to consider maybe that's not your best. That's not part of your best. That's part of the world's best to throw at you. But maybe that's not something that you can organically develop and present to yourself. Now, although I did have a topic for today, let me continue on this, I guess, tangential current live sidebar, just on that subject, about what comes at you from outside of you tends to override maybe what you have, what I have chosen to ignore, or what I know, lack of a better term, feels proper, feels like the best thing to do, even though it's the hardest thing to do. I'm guilty of that every single day. And despite my flaws and failures and lessons unlearned, some of them I repeat out of bad habit, or maybe don't want to admit to myself, yeah, I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I should have that salad and not that half of a peach pie. Yeah, I probably should walk more instead of languishing and luxuriating on the couch, eating peanuts and popcorn. Yeah, easy to do, easy to talk about it, easy to write it down and look like you know something, like you're talking about something. But again, I'm sharing this with you openly. There are so many things that probably, I think I covered this in a other podcast episode, about there are things that we do privately that probably I'd be very hesitant to expose them publicly. You know, things you do in your closet or in your bathroom or behind a locked door in your apartment. There are certain things that you don't want to put out there in the public realm or post them on Facebook. Yet at the same time, in this pristine and contained environment where I'm dressed and prepared to present to you my latest observation and to communicate resilience to you today, doesn't mean that I did something, unbalanced earlier today. I have done that. But I guess that's the quote unquote struggle, to identify it, see it, accept it. You can't stop it. You can kind of sort of stop yourself from doing things you know are bad for you, but you still do it. And no one's looking. But you get a chance to see the impact, not the result, but maybe the deviation from where you know the path was right there in front of you, but you took a hard left or a hard right off of that path. I want to know, as you wander off of that path and you look to left or to right of it, it's like, that path's right there. I could just go back and recover. Well, you can never go back. You have to go forward and find another route back, a route back and forward to your original path. Almost like checking your compass. Just doing a quick survey of, or map check back in the day, of where are you? Yes, physically. What about mentally? What about spiritually? And then physically. Where are you? And maybe as simple as my 2-step process that I offer to you. This says, what do I enjoy doing? And what do I do well? And those two categories, those two categories. Now, what do I do well? Now, what do I enjoy doing? What do I do well? And seeing what matches up in both sides of that ledger. And that should give you an indication, not an answer, but give you a current live indication of, is this on my path? Is this aligned with my message? Is aligned with my purpose as I understand it today? Not yesterday, not what I will understand tomorrow. Is what I'm doing, does it meet that criteria? Something I enjoy doing, something I do well. Again, you don't need to expose or present those findings to everyone you meet on the street, or put it on a post-it note on the front of your house or in your car, or post it in Instagram. You could, but again, regardless of how you publicize this information to yourself, who are you talking to? Makes you feel better to, I guess, announce and prostrate yourself in front of the internet public for their approvals or reprisals or denials or rejection of you? Is that what you want? Fine. But how much starting with closer to home? The home of you. The home with you and your creator first. Be clear, humble, and confident about who and what you are. Not with what you have in your pocket, not in your garage, not in your closet, not in your bank account. What and who are you? Not at the end of the day, as I say, right now, in this moment, can you honestly assess, take a step back or to the side, and look at yourself from what you and who you believe yourself to be? Not with titles, not with acquisitions, not with conquests, not even with losses and failures. Can you take an honest look at yourself? I don't offer you a solution. My 2-step approach to even assessing that in flight about what do you enjoy doing? What are you good at doing? Those 2 questions are very simple, and you can answer them for yourself by yourself. But I recommend that you document that for yourself. Again, there's no one answer, one and done. It's a repetitive, everyday assessment of where you are. Part of your prayer, part of your course correction, part of your map check. To make sure you know not only where you are, but the direction of where you're going. It should be always forward with positivity, yes, and love. Stay present. Stay current. Wherever you are in this world, please remember, it is always 8:20.